Hello Stratters, I'm playing my Goblins deck versus Affinity. This is the third week and you may notice something weird. I have pre-recorded the match because I have some microphone failure, but I felt the match was so entertaining that I had to discuss it with you. Okay, I think the Goblins deck is extremely slow and unreliable here, but with this hand I'm just gonna try to deploy as many goblins as possible and then just hit him with a big swing with Bushwhacker. So I hope he lets me set up. But Affinity is such a fast deck that he might be beating me down before this happens. As has happened pretty much in all the other matches. Look at that error as well. Your string constant is out of date. So I start with the Instigator. I feel that Instigator is a little stronger than Krenko's command, because I'm thinking of stuff like he could be reanimated by the opponent and things like that. But they are probably very, very equal in value. Mog War Marshal is different. I will play him if I need him for blocking, or if I can actually pay the Echo. But here I'm just trying to get as many goblins as possible into play, so I can hit him with them. He has a fairly slow start here. It should be raining Frogmites and Enforcers. He has access to any mana. So now stuff is going to happen. But he plays Prism, and I know everybody does that now, but back in 2013 there was a podcast when they talked about Affinity, and they were very skeptical. Big winning players were skeptical to Flare Husk and to Prophetic Prism, and I still am. I think when you take the turn off like that, playing Prophetic Prism, it's pretty bad. I am, of course, deploying 2 Mirror Forces here, quite good. I play the land because I need more mana if I'm gonna do a massive War Strike, Bushwhacker turn. So that's an easy choice. Now he should start hitting me here, but he fears the Bushwhacker so much that he doesn't attack, which is weird, I think. Especially when you have these backup people coming now. I'm talking ahead of the video. That's I shouldn't do that. Here's an Atog. That's super dangerous here. It's a lethal Atog. So all he needs now is Fling or the Trample double strike card that I forget the name of. Here I got the 1-drop. Finally, Founder Street Denizen is probably one of the better cards in the deck. This deck really, really needs 1-drops. Here I'm thinking that I can block with the More Marshal. So at least I have one blocker without losing Goblin count, because now I'm lethal, right? He's dead next turn. I have 9 goblins. I can do 18 damage. So if he massively attacks here, I will only block the Atog, because only the Atog is lethal. You could see a scenario where he has like 3 Galvanic Blasts and kills me anyway. But I need to be thinking about my aggression here if I'm supposed to win with this goblin mess that I'm playing. So Atog is starting to eat stuff. This seems to be just for card draw. He's not eating anything drastic yet. When he starts gobbling up prisms and stuff, then I will fear him. But right now he's just drawing cards. So nice Atog, small Atog, only 7/8. That can easily be blocked by my War Marshal. Here is Gearseeker Serpent, but he is way too slow to matter. This time my deck was actually fast, strangely enough. So I get to untap here with 9 goblins in play and 2 War Strikes. He also managed somehow to do 2 damage to himself. I did attack once with 2 goblins. That was very critical here, because now I am right at the limit to be able to kill him. Bushwhacker, would that be lethal here? Yes, it would as well. But I prefer the double War Strike. So I do win this first game. This is not the way you usually lose, Mr. Affinity. I am so sorry about this. So, we move on to sideboarding. Bringing in cards very easy here. 3 Smash, 2 Gorilla Shamans, better than anything I have in my deck. Actually, Smash is not that big a synergy. Maybe I should just have more Shamans. Because they at least synergizes with Bushwhacker. I bring out the 3 drops. They are way too expensive. And then I take out 1 more strike because it's not interactive. And then I just need to take out a random 2 card. I think I do need Impact Tremors. I think Impact Tremor is still a key card to be able to do fast damage in my deck. Or maybe I should run Smelt instead of Smash to Smithereens. But doing 3 damage to him can bring him into a lethal War Strike or a lethal Bushwhacker attack. So I'm fairly happy with this sideboarding. And let's see if we can draw some Gorilla Shamans. My string construct is still out of date. I hate it. No Foundry Denizen on the draw. But we got something better. We got the Shaman. So now I'm thinking, okay, we can't play him immediately because then he doesn't destroy land. So we have to play him on turn 2. But maybe he has already puked out some 4/4s on turn 2. But I'm going for turn 2 here. And do you agree? Do you think that is the line? I wanted to wait to turn 3. Because then I could kill 2 lands. But then, of course, he could puke out anything. So I found the golden line here to be turn 2. And I'm not sure I'm correct at all. So what do you think? How do you most efficiently use Gorilla Shaman? Because it is a super powerful card that the Affinity decks truly fear. So now it's more about the Affinity deck than it's about me. Sparksmith, of course, will be very good here. Even if the creatures are huge, he can kill 4 4/4s. Oh, that is probably not a good idea. 3 4/4. I go for land. Haha. And even if my Gorilla Shaman dies here, maybe I have done enough damage so Affinity falls down onto itself, that Affinity collapses like the deck really tends to do often. The reason why it's not dominating Pauper entirely, because it is super good. But here comes Electricity hitting just 1 creature. I should be happy about that, because Electricity last game would have been disastrous, and that is the big way I win, just puke out goblins. I find the Goblin Warren so weak, so I don't even brought it in here. Or the Goblin Drums, or whatever the card is. But here I get to destroy another land. Costs 3 mana to destroy the Chromatic Stars. I can't do that. But the Affinity player immediately quits. And I don't know. If he had a removal spell for 1 mana here, then he could just find the land, play the removal spell using the Chromatic Star, but then I would remove the Chromatic Star. Maybe he is totally screwed here. What do you think? Thank you for watching. I'll be back next week for the final match with the Gobbos.